G'day and welcome back to creaYTors. I'm your host MPNumbers, and today we're here to review and give feedback on the first videos for the creaYTors series, as Challenge 1 has now finished and everybody's submitted their videos. Today we'll be checking out the 4 videos submitted by our contestants, providing some feedback and awarding points. I'll also be joined by my fellow judge, TotalMTG.
Hey guys, Matt from TotalMTG here and welcome to creaYTors. So we've had the first challenge videos in and I'm here just to run my rule over it and give some points away to some of those lucky channels in the first week's challenge. Now I brought my little notes with me because I've been watching all the videos and took down some before I give my points out. You get 10 points for concept, 10 points for recording and 10 points for editing.
Now for more information on the challenge or the series in general, please check the links in the description below. Now before we go too much further, I just wanted to make it clear that I'm not a professional. I'm a small-time YouTuber who thought up a fun challenge series, and the thoughts and feedback that I share are based only on my personal thoughts and ideas for what makes a video good. Before I start watching these videos, I wanted to have a quick talk about what I was expecting to see when I set the challenge. Obviously the important thing for this challenge is seeing 2 packs getting opened, and I really want it to be clear in the video why they've chosen the 2 packs they did and what the link is between them. I want the videos to be framed well, I want there to be good audio, and I want the lighting to be nice as well. I also wanted any edits to be smooth, as to not take away from the video experience, and if they've decided to go with an intro or an outro, I want to make sure everything's cut together nicely. And finally, because I did set a specific audience of experienced long-term Magic players, which basically reflects me, I really wanted to see the following. I want to see short, simple videos with a focus on getting the packs opened, and not necessarily lingering on specific cards or trying too hard to be new player friendly. And finally, if they could add a bit of entertainment, their own personality, and some fun to it, all the better. So that's the challenge and what I'm hoping to see. I'm going to go ahead and watch the videos, then I'm going to come back, give my overall feedback, and go from there. Now I'm going to go through these videos simply in the order that they showed up in my subscription feed. So starting with the guys over at OrcsHead Magic. Now we'll quickly start with base concept, opening 2 packs. I can see 2 packs. As we can see in the video, Jordan has found 2 packs, basically the oldest packs he can find in the UK. He's tried to find something with a bit of nostalgia, a bit of history behind it, going back about 10 years now, probably a little bit longer, to the Ravnica and Zendikar. The question I have though is, how are these 2 packs linked? I don't see a direct link between those 2 packs for you. Now looking at the recording side of things. A couple of things I found with the recording. Probably the first thing to note is with the audio, I loved the audio. It was consistent the whole way across. There was no real differences in the different scenes that were up and down. There was a great little background track behind it which just kept it moving, kept it nice, and an intro and an outro which all balanced. It was all really nice. Looking at the visual side of things though, the first thing I noticed is with the lighting. Now I don't know the exact setup here, but it looks like it was done with natural light, possibly a window to the right of the screen, which is causing quite a bit of glare on there. You can't really make out the cards the whole time, and it's just an obvious that the light source isn't quite right for where you want it to be for a good pack opening video. The other big thing I noticed in looking at the recording is that with the second pack that Jordan opens here, the cards are not really centered on his camera. It's they're a bit low, it cuts off a bit of the cards. To get really nitpicky, we were looking for something that is neat, tidy, set up very, very nicely. And finally looking at the editing. Now the thing that I noticed is that while there were 3 scenes, the introduction, the sacrificial burning, and the actual pack openings, and I noticed that during the actual pack opening, there were parts that could have been edited out. There was a few points of dead air, there was some sneezes, some coughs, things that if we're looking at nitpicking to a top tier video, could have been made a bit nicer. And the final thing I want to talk about was the audience that I had put an emphasis on for this challenge. I did specifically mention that I was looking at an experienced audience who wouldn't necessarily need every card read out, every mechanic explained to full detail. I found that with Jordan's video, he has done that. He's created a video that's very newbie friendly, and if you're someone who hasn't played these sets or maybe was getting into a format that required these packs, it's great. But when I'm looking at, you know, a 15-year veteran who definitely played these sets, knows everything, probably just a bit too much detail there for this audience. So all in all, a great video. Said my favourite part was the audio, the way it was neatly balanced, the great background track, and the drum roll that was cut in pretty much perfectly to match when the packs are opened. If I'm going to nitpick, didn't quite hit the challenge in terms of linking the packs and hitting the audience, and there are a few things with the visual going to nitpick that could have made it a bit smoother. Thanks for the video, mate.
TeamOrcsHead John, really liked your video, buddy. Nice intro, great personality as always in your videos. I really liked it. On the editing skills, where you zoomed in and zoomed out, I would have liked to probably see that edited out, possibly. That's my only criticism of that. I don't think we just need to see you sort of focusing in, but other than that, a lovely outro. The pictures were really clear. You sort of engaged the concept a bit because you've got older packs that will appeal to obviously older people. But yeah, nice video, buddy, and well done.
Now, moving on to MTGMe's video submission. Again, we'll start with the base challenge, opening 2 packs and giving me a link between them. Now, it's definitely achieved that, opened 2 packs, and he's got a nice link where he's grabbed 2 different packs that have Liliana's art and expanded that to a full narrative around Liliana's history. Having a look at recording. The first thing we notice when we fire this video up is that the audio is very low. You can still hear Charles' voice as the video goes through, but it's definitely not at the level that I'd want it to be for a normal video. The other thing I noticed in this video is there's no background music. I think Charles could have really hit a home run here if he'd used Liliana's narrative that he's building here, put some ominous music to it, and then maybe switched it up when the packs were actually being opened to show that it wasn't quite as hard the same story. Now, what I really like about the recording is that we have a nicely framed playmat. We have the cards being laid out, nice, easy piles, keeping it simple, not going too fancy, and it looks nice, it looks neat, and seems to work well. Now, while I have to say I do understand your choice of using the Liliana playmat in the background, when looking at the recording, it has unfortunately bitten you a little bit because the fact that you've got a big face in the center of your screen causes your autofocus to screw up a little bit while the packs are being opened. Now, when we look at the editing side of this video, the big thing that has to be looked at is the way that these images have been found and put together to match the narrative that's being told. It's done really well, it's timed nicely, the pacing is fantastic to again match that story. What I really like is the way that this pack opening itself has been sped up. It's one of those boring parts of doing pack opening videos where you can cut out a bit of chaff just by shortening that, adds a little effect to the video and makes it look nice. Now finally, if we're going to look at the audience factor that was set here for the challenge, I have to say I really like this one. We've got the pack openings, which are nice, simple and straightforward, letting me see the cards that have come out without going too in depth. We've got the 2 packs which are well linked, and there's a twist on it, giving a bit of interesting history, a bit of lore, and to be honest, I feel pretty much nailed the challenge in terms of what I was looking for. The real nitpick I have is that the audio was low, as we know, and possibly some background music to help really build the theme and to give your narrative a bit more body.
MTGMe's, you hit the concept bang on, buddy. Absolutely brilliant. I love that what you did with the lore. It coincided with your packs. You really did hit it spot on, my friend. It was really interesting, very informative as well. From the editing side, I would have liked maybe an intro music. You had some at the end of the video, but not at the start. And maybe some smoother transactions between the pictures on screen. But other than that, I absolutely loved, the way you did the video, and everything like was absolutely spot on. So
Alright, let's have a look at MTGCanuck. Now again, we'll start with the base concept. Found 2 packs and had a link between them. The link between these 2 packs is probably better than some of the other competitors because he actually pulled packs from his personal experience. To have a look at the recording side of things, there's definitely a few things that I wanted to bring up here. For one, I love that we've brought in Canuck Jr. Bringing a cute kid points is always a good way to help your videos get noticed, and people just love watching videos of kids for whatever reason. Now, I also really like the use of the double camera. One recommendation I'd probably make is to switch those cameras up. It's great to be able to see you guys interacting as well as looking at the cards, but especially for a pack opening video, the cards need to be the focus, they need to be the big camera, and keep your face on the small camera. I also noticed that during the second section of the video, the cards were quite often taken off the screen. Now, on that same note, jumping forward to the concept and the audience that I was definitely looking for shorter videos, and for the audience that I set you guys, I don't think the second part of this video was necessary. With the first part, opened the packs, ran through them, probably similar to Orcs, probably a bit more information that I really needed to know as an experienced player, but it definitely would have been more in the time limit I was thinking. Whereas while I love what you're doing here, going through it, explaining why these cards are awesome, and definitely pushing towards a newer player base, I don't think you've quite hit that audience challenge that we set for just a simple video for experienced players. And finally, going back to the editing of the video, the first thing I noticed is that you did have a transition in the middle of this video. And while I really like the use of transition animations, the way that it was cut together unfortunately led to a lot of over talking, causing it to mash together and making it a bit messy. This is something I've personally had a lot of problem with, and I found that the best way to do it is to just leave some dead air during the recording so that you can have that transition time. And the last thing I wanted to bring up, which is the first thing I noticed, but the last thing I'm going to bring up, is the difference in audio between your intro and your commentary. To the point where when I first opened it up, I had to basically pull my headphones off in horror and then mess with the sound settings, and then had to put them right back up as soon as you're talking. So some audio balance there is definitely going to be important moving forward. Otherwise, look, I love the video. I definitely love this video as a newbie friendly video. I love the use of your kid. I love the way you've picked these two packs from your personal experience and that you've gone through it. So unfortunately, if we're looking at the challenge that I did set for experienced players, I don't think you've quite nailed that on the head. Thanks again, mate.
The next video I watched was MTGCanuck. Absolutely loved your intro to the video, man. Very clear picture. You were teaching your son along the way. That was really, really good and informative. I don't think you met the concept totally, where I thought it was aimed more towards a newer player. And the only other criticism I might have, I wouldn't say a criticism, is just maybe on your set. I love the lighting. I love the the clearness of the picture. Everything like that I'm recording, it was brilliant. But maybe just move the clothes from the back. That's just me. I love that you had the Modern Masters box in there, but even if it was just black with nothing else, that's just my little bit of advice, shall we say.
And finally, the Jake and Joel video. Now, the first thing that I wanted to call out on this video is that one of these things is not like the other. Unfortunately, we do have a title fail here. It's not an Aether Revolt booster, it's an Armonkhet booster. It's a little thing, but when people are looking for Aether Revolt boosters, they get through this video and they find there's no Aether Revolt boosters there. It can cause issues. As with the other videos, we'll jump to the concept. We opened 2 packs, we got there. Was there a link between these 2 packs? Personally, I didn't see a link in there at all. I saw the trip to the shop, I saw you pick up 2 packs, I saw that you were looking for money cards, which is what we often do when we're opening packs. But when the challenge was to find 2 packs that have a direct link, to be honest, if it was Aether Revolt, we could have at least said that they're in set, and that's why we're doing it. Now, looking at the recording side of things, I'm actually really curious about the video. Now, obviously you guys had the vlog style video, which was a lot of fun, but what I don't understand is that when you came home, you've got this seemingly pretty awesome studio and setup happening, but you switched to a shaky handy cam to actually open the packs, which is what the video was supposed to be focused on. Other than that, you guys have this way of making the video still look nice even though you're using the shaky cam. And the recording of the video looked like a lot of fun, as all your videos do. Now, finally, looking at the editing, the one thing I'd probably look at here is that awkward jump straight from the vlog to the in-studio filming. Maybe there could have been a simple animation in there to transition between the two. I'm not quite sure. The only other thing I would suggest for the editing is that this is supposed to be a pack opening video, and it does take almost 9 full minutes of an 11-minute video to get to the pack. I would have loved to see a bit more focus on the pack openings. I'll admit there was a point, probably about 4 or 5 minutes in, where the vlog just seemed to be going a bit too far, and if I wasn't watching it for this challenge, I probably would have jumped ahead or switched off if it was just an everyday video. And finally, again, to look at the audience. Now, you guys went through and opened packs the way that experienced players do. You opened the packs, you checked the cards, you looked for money. I definitely enjoyed that aspect of it, because that's the reason I open packs. Again, just coming back to question the reason why these 2 packs were chosen. It was part of the challenge to have a link between them, and I just didn't see one. Otherwise, as always, a very entertaining video, a lot of fun, little things I would change to meet this challenge, but otherwise, all good. Again, thanks for the submission, guys, and all the best.
So, on to the next video that I watched was Jake and Joel. They are absolutely hilarious. I love their video. You had me laughing all the way through. So I felt the intro was maybe a little bit too long, towards getting towards the packs, but I like the way you did it. I'm not sure you hit the concept, which was aiming towards, sort of the older Magic player, if you know what I mean, the more seasoned pro. You opened up a couple of those packs. I know why you opened them, obviously, because you did say because you want to get some of those lovely foils. But the whole editing of the video was really, really good. Nice, sort of intro, and way you sort of gel together is just, it really, really does work on camera. I will just say the volume possibly needs to be balanced out a little bit from when you're outside to inside, because it sounded a lot lower when you went inside. I'm not talking about background noise, I'm just talking about the noise of your voices. But other than that, absolutely brilliant, clean cut, brilliant video, guys.
So that's the feedback for the 4 videos that were submitted. Now, I'd love to hear what you guys think, so jump in the comments below, let us know, were we way off, is there anything we missed, is there anything that we were too harsh on, and definitely love to hear some feedback about the whole experience watching these videos. Now, the second part of the videos, we need to award points, because that will help us determine a winner. We're looking at the 3 aspects of the video creation. Now, for myself, I'm going to be giving my concept points to MTGMe. I found that TeamMTGMe best hit the challenge both on finding 2 packs that were linked and also setting them up for an audience of experienced players without dwelling too much on the cards that were being picked. Just behind that, both MTGCanuck and Jake and Joel both hit the concept in one aspect, but not necessarily the other. For my recording points, I'll also be awarding these to TeamMTGMe. The recordings that he did of the pack openings were basically perfectly framed, neatly laid out. The packs were open, the cards were the focus. It was quick, it was smooth, it was nice. And finally, with my editing points, I'm going to be awarding them to TeamOrcsHead. Now, OrcsHead kept it pretty simple. They had 3 straightforward acts. There was not really any editing in between, and while there could have been some very small nitpicky tweaks where there were coughs and sneezes, that is at a level of effort that I don't expect anyone at our level to put in. Again, at a close second, probably Jake and Joel. The guys did their vlog neatly and everything was cut together nicely. The major issue that I had is the amount of time difference between the vlog focus and the pack opening focus when this was a pack opening video.
I'm going to get to giving away my 30 points for this competition, and we're starting off with the editing skills. Editing, for me, 10 points goes to Jake and Joel. It was very smooth, guys. I absolutely loved the way it was put together. The camera angle when you're showing the cards was very clear, absolutely spot on, so you definitely get my 10 points for the editing. So now I'm going to go to my 10 points for concept. That goes to MTGMe. You hit the nail bang on the head, my friend. The lore going in with the packs, it just really flowed really well. You hit the challenge, exactly what MPNumbers set there. And for me, you clearly won the concept challenge. So you definitely got the 10 points there. The next 10 points for recording was a flip up between all 4. It was very, very hard for me to choose this. I nearly went for MTGMe, but I just thought the volume was a little bit low in some parts. But for me, MTGCanuck, you get the 10 points for recording. It was very clear, it was very bright, the audio was good for me. It was just, the actual recording. The set, like I said, could have done a little bit different, maybe just moving the clothes. But other than that, your recording was really, really spot on, dude. So you get the 10 points this week. So guys, I'll really be looking forward to the next challenge. I'm looking forward to see what MPNumbers comes up. And I'll be judging and giving away my best advice and points away Like I said, it is, you know, it's a bit of fun. Don't take it personally for anything I do say. I think all your videos were absolutely great and your channels are great as well. I'm subbed to all of you. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching the video. Everyone that's watched it, don't forget to give all the creators, MPNumbers and myself, there'll be links below in the video. Don't forget to go and give us all a subscription. It really does help us grow and help this series grow as well. Anyway, you lot take care and I'll see you on the next video.
So after adding up the points awarded by myself and TotalMTG, that leaves MTG and me ahead on 30 points, with the other creators sitting on 10 points each. Now the polls have just closed for the viewers' votes. Now the way that it's going to work is that we're going to split up 100 points based off the votes received by the community, with 40 points going to first place, 30 to second, 20 to third, and of course 10 to fourth. When those points are added to the points awarded by us, that will determine our winner. So it looks like the viewer vote definitely went to Team Jake and Joel with 60% of the vote, which is understandable because the video was really solid. But when we break it down and look at the points awarded for the community vote with the points given by the judges, it leaves us with the following results. Fourth place, MTGCanuck. Third place, TeamOrcsHead. Second place on 50 points would be Team Jake and Joel, and meaning that the winner is TeamMTGMe with 60 points. Congratulations to TeamMTGMe. Definitely my pick of the videos when we look at the challenge that was set, hitting the concept and making a very enjoyable video. Now I did love all the videos that we created for various reasons, obviously all the feedback you just heard, and I'd love to hear what you think. Please comment. Thanks for watching. The next challenge video will be live next Wednesday. You'll see what the creators get to tackle next.